Toynado!
Hi, I'm Anthony, and forgive me if I've done this before, but through dangers untold and hardships unnumbered, I've fought my way back here to Toynado to let you know about the toys that I have legitimately purchased.
First video back and you're already sounding sus.
And with me is a man who's kicking tires and lighting fires and once again getting me back on track. It's Pete.
Yeah! Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
Now today, Pete, we're having a extended episode to look at our extensive toy collection of one particular figure. I take by your extended silence that you're not quite ready to reveal who it is yet.
I have silence for other reasons, Anthony. Other reasons.
Now, with our extended intro, I'll give a few hints. This figure was first released as a member of the Heroic Warriors in 1986.
What's a heroic warrior?
And then released again in 2014.
We're already back to ignoring me?
And finally, 10 years later,
Son of a...
was released in 2024. Drum roll, Pete.
Oh, I've got a drum roll for you, all right.
Who have we got today?
Better change it real quick, Anthony. Your attitude.
All right, I'll stop mucking around. This was one of my favorite Master of the Universe toys that I never had as a kid. In fact, the only place I ever saw him was in Snout Spout's mini-comic. And I'll be honest, at the time, I didn't even know if this was going to be a figure, but he was just so cool in the comic. These were the heady days before the internet, Pete. Before we knew everything before we got them.
Sorry, listeners. With our arguments, we have forgot to tell you who it is. Extendor from He-Man. That's why you had the lame jokes earlier.
Now, the great thing about this figure,
Extendor.
as the name suggests, he extended. He extended his arms, he extended his legs, he extended his waist, he extended his neck. He was the tallest action figure for the Masters of the Universe line. Aside from the giant ones which were available in Europe. We don't talk about those because who can afford them?
That's right, and I can guarantee we can never review them because none of us own them.
Now, the tale of Extendar is a sad one. He and one of his friends are captured by the evil horde and forced to undergo treatments that turn them robotic. Luckily, Extendar comes down on the side of the heroes. Unfortunately, his friend is not so lucky, and perhaps his friend will have his very own Toy Tornado episode at some point in the future. You never can tell. Now, I said that I didn't have Extendar as a kid, but I have him now. And Pete, you're probably not wondering at all, then how did you get him, Anthony? Well, probably about 15 years ago, I went to the Parramatta Toy and Collectible Fair that used to be on in Parramatta Town Hall, which was always pretty damn awesome. And I walked up onto the stage, and there was a little booth up there, and there was a lady selling Extendar. And I asked, how much? And she went, $20. And I went, here is my money. I will take that figure. Thank you very much. And that's how I got Extendar.
I see our stories have not improved over the years.
Now, in 2014, the Master of the Universe Classics line came out, which was very much a love story to the original toy line. And they introduced Extendar.
Extendar. Do you notice that bit's getting longer each time we say his name? Extendar.
That particular Extendar figure has little sections that you can add in to make him taller. He doesn't have the bits that fit inside him, so it's
No laughs? You're just going to keep reading the script?
one figure. And to be honest, while doing this with Pete, I was very scared I was going to snap many parts of his connectors. But it all worked out okay. He comes with a really cool lance, which goes with the night theme that he has. And he has this weird extending shield, which the original Extendar had. I do not have. So it kind of makes sense. It's just a bit of an odd single color thing. Now, just like the original Extendar, he extends quite tall. He's got the little bits that connect just above his boots to his legs, so it makes him a little bit taller there. He's got a part that goes into his middle, so it's a little bit taller there. He's got the bit that's his head connects onto and connects to his shoulders, so he's a little bit taller there, and his arms extend out being extender, with the little bits that go in there. So he actually turns out to be quite a tall figure, as you can see. Unfortunately, not the stablest of figures. He's a bit spindly and a bit wobbly and a bit fully over. I do, however, still love him. He's a very good addition to my collection, and just goes to show the cool things that you can sometimes find on Facebook Marketplace. Wasn't expecting it, popped up, there we go. I mean, like, if you see them, don't buy them, but, let me know so I can buy them, because you don't need them.
And then Anthony can give them to me, and then I can pay Anthony back. But you guys let Anthony know, and Anthony will let me know.
Speaking of things found on Facebook Marketplace, Pete, would you like to tell us about our third Extendar figure from the most recent series?
Why, thank you, Anthony. And can I say, you have become very professional in 2025. Reading the script, not falling for any of my jokes, I guess you could call them. Anyway, I don't believe in scripts or following a planned out way of communicating. I'm going to talk from the heart. Extender was a figure my brother owned, and I was very jealous the fact that he owned it and I didn't. And because Anthony got me into He-Man and I got him into Ninja Turtles. But if you need to know more, watch our Christmas special, which we did a couple of years ago. Didn't increase our fan bases, but we had fun doing it. Anyway, my brother had an Extendor. I was very jealous. As I collect my He-Man toys, I now have a list, and Extendor has been on that list. Now, the original Extendors are too expensive now when you go to the second-hand markets. This one is as close as I'm ever going to own, and it is the bomb! I love it. I think it's great. It came with a new comic, as you can see here. I think the Extendor story that I know that Anthony's telling you is different. Because I thought he was, before being turned into a robot, a little whiny knight that complained, and then someone offered him to get absolute power. He said yes to it, which then turned him into the machine we talked about. The fact that he was a machine and then he realized that it was evil, he broke free and then decided that he would never be wishing that he was better than anyone else because he realized that everybody is different. Could be wrong about the story, could be right, but Anthony, tell me more. I think I've now done about a minute 50 conversation.
What I like about him is he's kind of a cross between the original one and the Classics line one. There is also one detail that they made sure to include on every single one of these three figures. On the back of his extended neck is an upside down peace sign. Or is it right way up? I can never remember. Extender puts his right hand in, he puts his left hand in, his left leg goes in, so does his right. He does the extendy-endy and he probably falls down. And that's what it's all about.
Oh, do the extendy. Oh, do the extendy.
So while Extender does in fact extend, he is missing one of the key things from the original Master of the Universe line. Because he extends up through his waist, he does not have his power punch. I think it was a pretty fair trade-off though, because the extending is a very cool action feature. Another cool thing about this one is his opalescent armor. I mean, it just looks so cool. Like, even after all this time, it's stood up pretty well. Well, at least my one has. Hey, Pete, I like this slightly different format, extending the premise of the show by having three different figures that are the same figure. Should we do this more often, perhaps?
Sure, let's aim for the skies. But how about we try and get some more done before we change the format?
Thank you for joining us on Toynado. We'll try not to make it so long between episodes next time. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, put a comment, tell us which one's your favourite extend are. And also, I think we still have an Instagram account. Go and have a look. Toy_Toynado, probably. Bye. Filmed in front of an Evil Warriors audience. Filmed in front of an Evil Warriors audience.
Toynado!